Hello and welcome to Be Powerful with Liz and Lee. It's a new day and we're so glad you're here.
So you can expect to hear candid conversations on what it means to be powerful. Live authentically, live in the midst of ups and downs, productively, and above all else, joyfully.
We are so thankful for you, our community of listeners, and we hope you enjoy today's show. Hi, everybody. Hi, Liz.
Hi, Lee.
And hello
Hello.
to Brooke Hall.
Hi. So happy to be here.
I'm so happy you're here, Brooke.
Me too.
You know, we've talked about you on 3, 4, 8, 10 podcasts so far.
I feel very special, especially when I'm listening to it. I'm like, oh my God, there's my name.
And here, so we brought you on for several points, but first of all, I want to talk about how last week we had Food Babe, right?
Right.
And so we really hardly ever have you don't have that many guests.
Right, and I'm
You are very special.
I
So,
do.
I know you guys are, if you hadn't heard Food Babe, I hope you'll go back and listen to it. But I want you to see the 180-degree turn we just made at Hilliard at Be Powerful. She shows up with our favorite, a glass, not a glass, but a bottle of champagne or Prosecco, let's be real.
My favorite too.
And
Malt balls.
Whoppers.
Yeah. The best candy ever.
They really,
Unfortunately, the Food Babe and I are very different.
Okay, this is fine. This is fine. And I just got such a kick out of that
What did
because
she bring y'all?
really good food,
Some of her
actually.
products.
Some really good stuff, but good
And I
in a
brought you
different
some
way.
of my products. Goldfish is missing, so I live off
We're not
of
going to talk about gold.
Animal crackers.
Diet
Yeah.
Coke, animal crackers, goldfish,
no.
malt balls, and Prosecco.
So
the
this
truth.
week's special
It's the
is
truth.
not
We're about
talking nutrition.
Authenticity. No.
Nope. And you know why we're not talking nutrition is because I have known Liz since I was 14 years old. And we were modeling together.
And this is hard for
You
me to
know?
fathom. I know.
So I wasn't eating malt balls at 14, and now it's my time
I know.
to eat the malt balls.
That's right. Now that you're what? 35, 40?
43.
Wow. This is hard to believe. What was I like? I don't know how old I
You
was.
were in your 30s, I think, when we started.
Well,
together.
You were
I just remember
26
your
years
mom
older
calling
because
me.
we're the same
Yeah.
age.
Yeah. Your mom called me and she said, Brooke's going to go to Winston-Salem to do this fashion show. And I'm like, Brooke, isn't she still in diapers? No. She's 14. And she goes, I want you to keep an eye on her.
I remember.
Yeah,
I remember Maria was there.
Yes.
Star was there. And Clary would come
Yes.
to our shows. We did a big one at, I think it's Ovens now.
Yeah. Ovens Auditorium. We did Serenade to Autumn.
Serenade to Autumn.
Yes.
And Clary
Belt.
would be in the back.
Yes.
And she would help
She was
with
a dresser.
Our makeup. She
Yeah.
was a dresser, and she was little.
She was tiny.
So
a little kid.
We go way back.
Way back.
Yeah.
So in case you all don't know, we are thrilled to have Brooke Hall, if you want to have a conversation about what's currently on TV or on anything that is happening in current social, in the know, you need to know Brooke Hall.
Yeah,
So,
So hey, welcome.
So, hey.
Come be my friend.
Okay, so we really got going. Where we're just going to obviously start
Okay.
is the Golden Bachelor.
Yeah.
Okay? Because when we did that episode, just the two of us, we dropped your name a lot because we
lot.
know
We
you're a
see things
bachelor
differently.
we do.
genius. So talk to me about your bachelorette journey,
I
and
will.
then we're going to jump into the Golden.
Okay, so I graduated college from NC State.
She has an
That's a plus.
actual education.
Yes, I do. I was going to choose to either go to Europe or go to college, and I chose college. And I met the best friends of my life, had the time of my life. So I come home from college, and I'm like, what am I going to do now? So I decided to move to New York and had about 6 months in between to live with my parents and, create some money
Right.
and get on up there.
She was a supermodel. Let's just be
No,
real.
I'm not. I'm on
Yeah, we're gonna
moo-moos,
get
but
into
I'm
all
fine
that.
with that. And I do hedge clippers and stuff. It's fine. You see me at your local Home Depot. And so I said, oh my God, this new Bachelor show is on. And my dad and mom were there. My dad was like, this is terrible, right? And so he
What
goes
year are
back
we
into
in?
the,
What
I
year are we in?
think we're in
early
2002.
2000s. Yeah.
I didn't even know it was on.
Uh,
Okay.
are
keep
you
going.
serious?
Nope, did not.
Where have you been?
I know.
I've been avoiding it.
You
but keep
have,
going.
but it is so good. So we start watching it. No, we as in me. So my dad
Okay.
goes back to the room and my mom, they go back and read. And then my dad would come out and peek his head. He goes, do you think Catherine and Stacey are going to make it? I'm like, I'm sorry, excuse me.
Scoochie watches this.
Scoochie
Been watching it.
has been watching for years.
Good Lord.
So then I moved to New York and then we start betting a 6-pack of beer.
No way.
So
On
my
who's gonna
dad
get
would
cut?
yes, of who in
This
the
is
end,
amazing.
who was going to win and who was going to get proposed to. So my father, Scoochie Hawthorne, and I had a bet, and my brother came in there occasionally. Every single season, who was going to get proposed to,
This
and we would
is
have to buy the other person a 6-pack of beer.
Right.
So. I have been missing out on The Bachelor lately because to me it's gotten so fake.
Gotten? I'm sorry, what?
Yes.
When was it real,
better.
Brooke? When was it real?
You know what? When people weren't getting all the filler and all the stuff.
But I'm sorry.
Women-
Let's just go to the premise of
Okay.
this show. There are
Okay.
20-some women
Yes.
and one man.
It's terrible.
Totally normal.
But I'll tell you, I wanted to get my brother on The Bachelor. I think we might have submitted him at one point. I'm not lying.
That's awesome.
I was like,
God, he
this-
didn't get on it.
I know. And we love his wife, Joanna. But we did submit him, I think, one time because I was
How are
living
they
in New
getting
York
along?
and I was
I mean,
like,
it's too late.
they're great. They're great. But like I have really liked the
Yeah.
show. It wasn't as catty as
Right.
it got. I swear. I really truly
But the
believe
premise
that.
is that women are so insecure and so in need of a man that they will line up and try to make their best impression on some guy they don't even know.
Okay.
You're really going to have a hard time.
I am.
defending this.
I'm gonna let you try.
Okay, let's fast forward to the Golden Bachelor.
Oh,
Okay?
let's do.
These women, I love them. I think they're, first of all, I think they're all
What?
gorgeous. Liz, I think they're gorgeous.
I didn't say they weren't gorgeous.
They're gorgeous.
Let her say.
And they've all lost their husbands. I mean, do you see what's out there? Because I have looked.
That's true.
I've looked around since we're going to talk about the Golden Bachelor. And let me tell you, these men out there are not that good looking. They're not taking care of themselves. And this guy is a good looking guy. He takes care of himself. He's a little on the dorky side.
Until he speaks.
He sounds like Kermit the Frog / Fonzie the Bear.
That's
He's also got nothing happening. You talk about
He's very
fake
nice.
and not fake. Yes, he's nice for a mannequin. I mean, or a
my
speaking
God.
mannequin.
Okay, but at this time in your life, are you like, I mean, he's nice.
Okay, I get you. Okay, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Okay,
I
because-
agree with you. He's nice. Now, let's go back to the women just for 1 minute.
Okay.
Because I agree with you. I think they're all very,
Very gorgeous.
very, very beautiful women.
Mm-hmm.
I am their age.
Right.
And let me just tell you
And you would
something.
walk in and we'd be like,
No, no, no,
draw,
no, no.
jaws to the floor.
If I walked in, I
Jaws
would
to the
destroy this
I
guy.
know.
I would
know.
destroy him.
You would.
And they wouldn't put me on the show. So therefore,
Right,
I'm never going
right.
to get to give it. But if you guys will just give me
I
a
know.
chance, I'll show you what it's about. But the women, no woman that age
and
acts
you can tell.
that desperate for a man. I promise you that.
Okay.
I promise you that.
Do you?
I get
think-
that.
Yeah.
Because like this point in
Nobody
their life,
cares
they're just
anymore.
like, I get that. Like,
Yeah.
who cares?
No.
I do get that. I think the companionship is probably what they want. And maybe they're women. Like, y'all have a wonderful companionship and relationship. I love your love. I've always said
I
that.
made her line up with a whole bunch of people just to get.
I mean, exactly. Just
all
to
your
get this-
trainers,
But-
all the trainers.
Exactly.
She picked
I
me.
know you're sweet.
But I love your love, and I think people look at that and they want that, and a lot of times marriages are hard by
Yeah.
this time in your life,
Right.
And I think they want a companion. They want, maybe he's not all up there, but they want a friend. And
Right.
most of them have lost their husbands, so I take a sympathy role for them as they're like, you know what, their kids have been like, you know what,
Right.
let's go get you on The Bachelor since you haven't found anybody worthy of you. Let's try this guy. He's super nice. Now, one of them
Yeah.
does remind me of Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh,
She
I know
looks
just the
just
one.
like
I
her.
know just the one. Kathy.
She looks
How do
just
I know
like
her name?
Caitlyn
And I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. We need to cut that I know her name.
I know. Why?
No,
you know
I
it because
know.
you had to do
It's-
some research.
No,
okay?
I did. Okay, we started. We watched the first
She
one.
looks like Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah, she does. And
You're
Not
not
Bruce.
wrong.
Caitlyn.
yeah, whatever. It's
You're
bad.
right.
And
Right?
there's a lot of. Anyway, we're not going to go into it.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. Aren't
but
we?
she's well. We're going to go into it. I'm not going to ever say words about the way people look because these women look good.
And should we edit that out?
No.
Because
no.
I mean, they all do look.
We don't
very
edit
good.
They
anything
do
out,
look
by the
really
way.
good, and it's obvious that
I
she's
didn't
made
want, I didn't
some.
want Nancy to follow her.
Nancy-
Kathy. Kathy. To
I don't want her to know my
watch
name.
this.
I don't know why we're talking about her, but we are. The interesting thing is what is the what is the motivation for? I know what it is for him. He just wants to come on. His whole dead wife scene
That
was
really
the
bad. And
weakest,
it was a glamour shot.
the
from many years
weakest
ago.
performance
It
of
was.
any
It's
human
true.
being
It's true.
on any stage, date,
I
or
will give
anything
you
I've
that.
ever seen.
Point for Liz. Point for
Point
Liz.
for Liz. I
All
should
right?
have been taking
Well,
score.
you should have been taking
Shoot.
score. That was your point.
You get one.
Yeah.
You get
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
But
I
do
get
you?
you on that.
So
Yeah.
give me something I need to like about him.
I think he takes care of himself. He's a good looking
I agree.
man.
You know what? Let's go with
for look.
let's
He's
go
a
with
good looking
looks.
man. And
Great
also,
shape.
I like when someone says, "I have to go home for my daughter. She's had a baby." He's
Yes.
like, "I hear you. I get you." And then somebody says, "Oh, this is how I feel." He was like, "I hear you. I understand."
Do you
He
believe
takes-
this?
So you're
He
putting some
takes-
emotional
the
intelligence
other
in
guys
this
don't
category.
think- he's not thinking with his D.
Oh, you don't think?
Most men are since age 3, but
They
I
don't really
do we
change.
should we edit that?
You can say dick.
Okay. I don't think he is.
Yeah, well,
I
okay.
think he's thinking of companionship where the other
Right,
guys are
okay.
looking at these girls.
Okay.
And he's actually saying she's really nice and they're not catty. You know, who Nancy, what's her name? Kathy had a problem with
Teresa.
Thank you.
Who's Teresa?
She said, you're throwing
The
it
little
in my
one.
face a little bit. That you're throwing it
The
in our
little
face.
one?
The
Okay,
little
the
one.
little one. I got some words about this.
Hold on, you're
Okay.
throwing
Liz,
it in
hold
my
on.
face. That you have a connection with him, right?
Right.
And she's like, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much for telling me that." I don't think those 20-year-olds are saying that. They're going and being catty,
Right.
So that's why I like this change of pace for The Bachelor.
Okay. That
Okay?
makes sense. That's
The
totally
women are
fair.
mature. He is mature.
The women are trying to act like they're 20.
Okay,
They
hold on.
might admit they're 60 and they might admit all those things, but they're trying to act
But I'll tell
like
you
young
why
girls.
I think. This is what
Yeah,
I
come
think.
in here. Come in here.
So at the beginning, I think The Bachelor was a more enjoyable, a little bit more authentic show
Okay.
at the
In the
beginning,
beginning.
You
right?
actually watched
and
it?
then, yes,
I think we're going to have to think about
I
this
think
for a
it was
minute.
a thing.
we've already discussed it.
What
Stop
were we-
being so on the negative side. Okay, so then what Brooke was saying was, then it got too
reality.
staged. All the
Absolutely.
reality TV
Yes.
shows started
Yes.
turning into opposite reality and very staged and whatever and very catty.
Mhm.
Now, what I've noticed is I think these women have all watched The Bachelor
Right.
because at the talent show, which I would like to get into in a moment,
Worst nightmare.
at the talent show, an ex-bachelorette came on or something and they freaked out. They were like, "Oh my God,
They've been watching this thing since they were
watching
born.
it
Who
and
looks
they're
like a
trying
different
to-
person.
Yes.
Caitlin looks like
I don't
a
know who she
different
is.
person.
Oh, I know who
Okay.
she was at all.
We
Thank
can't
God.
speak to that, but I think what they've done is watched it so long
you're
that they're
lying, Liz.
naturally.
I think you've
Yeah,
I've never
actually
seen
watched
it.
this
I've
stuff.
never seen it.
I
Never.
think she's
No.
there's weeks that I'm not here. But I think they're trying to act like how they think the show is supposed to act. Like they're selling themselves short, getting into some of the cattiness and making
Okay.
teams
Oh,
and
not the Golden Bachelor, the other ones. Absolutely.
yeah, I think the
Absolutely.
Golden
'Cause they're
Bachelorettes are
be
trying
the
to
next Bachelorette.
yeah.
Who?
The people who are on, who were.
Oh, I can already
previous.
tell you
The
who that's going to
contestants.
be.
Oh, you think
Joe.
there's going to be a
Oh, hell
Bachelorette?
yeah.
Who is
God,
it?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's going
who
to be
is
the
it?
one that just had to go home because her daughter
Joan.
had a baby.
I bet you a 6-pack.
Yes, it's on.
Yeah, because he goes,
Let's see.
"Oh, you're just amazing the way you put your children
First.
before everything else." Which is literally her ploy.
Shouldn't
to,
we?
no, she really didn't even have children.
Oh,
I mean, this is a big bullshit lie. I'm sorry.
You are just going to be anti.
Yeah. That's
Well,
You're gonna be
I mean,
anti.
all I know is I am their age, and I would, in my million
I get that.
years, never act like this. And if my child
I
really
get that.
needed me, I just go, and I'm out.
right.
I mean, really, come on. Sitting
are-
around with the Bachelor going Google eyes
I
about.
get it.
If you were on it, you'd
Sappy
behave that way,
bullshit.
though.
I get it.
No, I wouldn't.
But you wouldn't be on it.
But
You'll
you
put me
are
on the
s-
Golden Bachelor, I'll pay you. Okay?
But you're a strong, independent woman.
And they're not. If you're
And that's
60 years
okay.
old,
That's okay.
if you're 60 years old, you don't have to be strong. You don't have to be anything, but you have a brain.
Right.
You have lived a life. And
Right.
you know that you know what's up with men.
So-
And you're not going to, you're going to act like you did in the soda shop with a little the little straw and
Where
the.
was it?
When they went to the diner.
We've watched the
It was
second
Oh
cheesy.
episode.
God, I've watched 3. Okay, that's right.
you're ahead of us.
They're
Yeah.
so cheesy. And I'll be
It's
honest,
cheesy.
I went to Emily Maynard's where they filmed.
That's right. She was a bachelor
Yeah,
person.
the Bachelorette. And so
Oh,
they
I forgot
came to
about
town,
that.
and you could go to a filming and be a fan in a show.
Oh my
and
God,
we did.
you
and
were.
You
and
did
it's
this?
Very odd. Yeah,
Brooke,
was a
I don't know
fan.
how
I
we're
was a
friends.
Oh.
How are we friends?
Liz.
I was in the audience, and you had to do it over and over. This
Just
is
goes
when
to show
she
you can be friends
married.
with people.
Am I too loud?
No.
This is when she
Liz
married the
is.
skateboard guy.
Calm it down.
Liz is. She married the skateboard guy.
Yeah.
Or she didn't marry him, she was engaged.
She was
to him.
engaged.
Who?
Emily Maynard.
Emily.
Okay, got it.
So
Y'all are way past
and,
my
and you know,
educational level on the Bachelor.
She is not a desperate woman. She's a gorgeous.
Why was she
sweet-
on it?
For the same to find somebody.
Did she get married to him?
No, but she got some
She
fame
got
and
engaged
notoriety out of it.
twice.
Yes.
She did. Yeah.
She's
There's
been
my
on it
point.
twice.
Yeah.
There's
She got
my
engaged
point.
twice.
So that's
Well-
really the point, right? You get up and you get in there and you get some fame and notoriety.
She,
right?
Little
she
bit.
did, but she had it a little bit before. She's a gorgeous, and she's got beautiful children.
I don't
and
know her,
married
but
the-
she is gorgeous.
I don't know her either.
Yeah.
She is gorgeous, and she's got
Yeah.
a gorgeous husband and
Yes.
gorgeous kids.
Oh, that's
and
neat. So she's married now.
Yeah,
with
she's married
children.
to a guy she met in church here. I'm acting like I know them, but I don't. But I did
But she
go
is
to
a
their,
local
But
celebrity.
I did go to their filming.
Okay.
And you have to do it a couple times, which makes it a production.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, if they've kissed, they have to kiss
I
again.
guess.
Do they have sex? I want to
I don't know
the
about
sex
that.
part.
I don't know. I do not want to see him have sex.
I don't even
And I do not want to see them kiss. I do not
No,
want to see them. I don't want to
no.
see anybody
The
kiss.
whole-
Like seeing anybody
Oh,
French kiss really makes me gag.
Cringe.
Anybody. Yeah,
Cringe.
anybody.
Don't open his mouth.
No,
No.
I agree. But it's been fun. I'm glad y'all. I was not watching it, and they were like,
Yeah, we
then
got
I
you
was
on
mentioned
it.
on the podcast. I was like, well, shit, I gotta start listening to the Golden Bachelor because went back on my Facebook and I would write updates. Right, so I'd be
Yeah.
watching the Bachelor.
Yeah.
and I would say stuff about people.
Yeah.
Consistently for an hour.
Well-
and then if I didn't watch it, people would be like, where are you?
Where are you?
And so,
Facebook was a thing.
Yes.
You know?
so all the people you know, like you hang with,
Mhm.
watch The Bachelor.
I have not discussed it in a
Okay.
long time,
Okay.
to be
Okay.
honest.
So
I
just-
took a break
so
because
all
it
the-
got bad.
So all these years, I've
Mhm.
always like chided it. I was like, what? Because I saw like parts of it, maybe with you or
Yeah.
something. I'm like, how? This is such fake TV.
Right.
They're calling
And
it
when
reality
you
and all
came
that.
in, it was.
And so, but when the Golden Bachelor, sorry, I just had to skip for a minute. When the Golden Bachelor came out, I'm like, I have to see this.
Yeah, of course.
And it was like, but it's such a oddity.
But
I
when
mean,
you're watching Emily Maynard on there, she's from Charlotte. You're like, you're rooting
Well, I
for
didn't
her.
see her.
You know what I mean? You're rooting for this
so was
gorgeous girl.
Katie, somebody from Charlotte.
Levins.
Katie
Katie,
Levins.
she was great. She was my yoga teacher at Y2, and I loved her. So you're watching it because,
Right.
honestly, North Carolina represent. We have had a lot of people on
Is
there.
there any
and
of the-
American Idol. We've had a lot of talent.
Well,
in
American
North
Idol is a
Carolina.
whole different animal. Now
I
that
love
is
American
that is
Idol.
going on because you have a talent
Right.
that you want to show to America and maybe get discovered. What are they trying to do
Okay,
here?
I want to know what you would have done for the talent show if you were.
I
on
would
the
have
Golden
thrown my
Bachelor.
fire batons for sure.
Oh, that's right.
Of course.
No,
You're a
that's
great talent.
right.
Just
I
an-
do.
That's an easy answer.
That was
Not
real
even-
Got
quick.
my talent, y'all.
Yeah.
I can come
That's
on
right.
now. I don't have to
Not
practice.
even
thought
push-ups.
about this.
Oh, she knew.
Whatever I can do. I can do the fire baton. I can do.
I couldn't have
workout.
done anything.
Of course you could
No,
have.
I
Really?
literally would have been like the girl who had to leave. I would have been sweating. She did a great poem. I wouldn't know
Brooke.
what to do if you told me right
Put you on
now.
a runway. Put you on a
What
runway.
would they say if I just said I'm going to do the runway?
I'm going to do the catwalk for you.
What would you do?
Oh,
I wouldn't. I
would
don't
you
have a
do?
talent.
anything.
Leave us a dancing boots, girl. You would dance. You would get your
Oh.
boots out and dance.
I do not have talent.
No.
Not one.
First of all, y'all,
Well,
can we get back to the point? They're doing
I would
a
have
talent.
left. I'm not lying. I would have
They're
left.
doing a talent show to impress one man.
Yeah.
For
For what?
like, I've got a better talent than this girl, so pick me so we can go have sex on national TV, and then maybe we'll have like
She
2
is.
years of happiness, and then you'll have a heart
God.
attack and I'll have to take care of you.
Oh,
I mean,
Ow.
that stuff. I mean, is this is more reality? I mean,
you're right.
do they really? And does a
They
woman?
should have done more things. You know, they should have played golf or a little something
Yeah.
like pickle. Oh my
I
god,
think
my
there's a
favorite.
pickleball coming up.
Okay,
I'm
good.
not trying
My
to make a
favorite was,
mold. I'm
was
just-
their job at the bottom. It was plays pickleball.
Co-captain. She was the
Co-captain of the pickleball. Co-captain. I was like,
Yes.
oh. So cute. At least it's
Liz, we know you
listen,
hate it.
Yeah,
You're not.
but
You don't have to
coming in
convince
at the wrong
anybody to
time.
be on your team about it.
Well,
Yes,
either.
yes. You don't have to
It's
convince me.
entertainment. At the end of the day,
I'll tell you what.
Okay,
I don't
and there's
watch
a reason.
I don't
Hold
watch
on.
TV anymore. It is Netflix. It is a show. There
Yeah.
are not.
Well, at least you know what
shows-
you're getting. You know you're getting
That's
drama and you're paying for it.
Right.
So what you're getting on The Bachelor is fake TV
Yes.
about
Yeah.
a fake possible romance. Also, the embarrassment of the fact that people are willing to come and embarrass themselves publicly. Now, like I said, Lee and I last time did go on the Tamron also, and we did. It might have been embarrassing to other people that we
Exactly.
went on there.
Okay.
And I'm
Exactly.
going to give, and because I'm that people are pointing things, well, you went on national
Well,
TV.
well,
You
okay.
did
Look,
this.
that
Exactly.
is true. You
Yeah,
did
yeah.
go
Exactly.
on. You did go on national TV.
But I didn't go on there and like line up 20 people.
Right.
And go,
Well, wait
show
a
me
minute.
why you're
Let
worthy.
me tell you about this show. I was at a Scarrigan Farms recently
Okay.
with 2 women and a bunch of kids. And one of my friends said that there's this show on Netflix. I don't know what it's called, but I did check it out. So they take 4 or 5 men.
okay.
This is in Britain. Was that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
I guess. I've never seen the show. Is it in
Okay,
Britain?
ready?
I have no idea.
So they start and they're all behind little walls. And they pull up the wall to their calf and to their knee. And she's like, oh, he's got nice
oh,
No.
wow.
calves.
no.
Oh, wait. And then
It keeps
they pull it
going.
up
Keeps going.
to the stomach. And you see all of their penises.
You see
What?
the penis?
Yes.
Wait, they show penises on TV?
Penises and vaginas. I only got to the penis
Wait,
part. I have
time
not
out.
got.
Are we in England or where are we?
Yes,
Ireland?
we're in
Where are we?
England.
Okay, we're in
And
England.
they show the penises,
Oh
and
my
then she
God.
will
What?
eliminate one and say,
Well, you know, I think this is a more reasonable show than The Bachelor. I actually do. I mean,
Oh.
you know what you're getting.
okay, so she chooses which penis is to be eliminated, and then they take it up to the chest.
Oh my-
and she gets to see his chest.
Hairy,
and then she eliminates,
not
and then she sees the
ripped.
face, and then she eliminates. Y'all, this is a real show. So, The Bachelor, The Golden Bachelor is some wholesome stuff compared to what
Where's
is
the
out there
bad?
But I
now.
want to talk about reality TV. That's reality
That's
TV.
right. Can you tell? One of the penises
No.
had a tattoo of an elephant head. I'm not lying.
This
saw
is the
this?
weirdest thing
Yes,
I've ever
So
heard.
I only watch TV when I'm drying my hair and putting on makeup,
Or
right? So I
drunk.
watch it or drunk and eating mothballs alone at my house. So
Oh my
there is
God,
an
that's
elephant head.
amazing.
Wow.
I'm not lying. I don't
So
know
you
what this is
saw-
called, but then I stopped because I'm like, what kind of show is this? These poor men. So they get judged by their appearance
Only.
and their penis and their abs only.
What about women? Do they do this too?
They'll do it too, I guess. I have not
Whoa.
gotten that far because I don't think I can watch anymore because I don't really particularly love seeing a bunch of penises. So we're talking The Golden Bachelor is a way more wholesome,
I would say so.
okay, than what's on Netflix.
But if you're going to call it what it is, which is called reality
Yeah,
TV.
we all know that.
I think reality TV is showing your penis and fake TV is being fake. I don't like either one of them, by the way.
No,
Ugh, I
no.
don't want to see a bunch of penises hanging out
No.
there.
And then there's
I've always found it interesting that men think we want to see their penises.
know,
Like they send
know.
like dick pics.
Yeah,
Like what?
Why?
What?
Why?
Are you
Now the female
kidding me?
form is a beautiful thing. The male form is not
do
so
women
beautiful.
send their vaginas?
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. We've never been on apps, y'all.
It is
I mean,
weird.
I think nowadays people do send this stuff
Wow.
out, which is wild.
Maybe boobs.
Boobs,
And
yeah. Well,
okay,
boobs are
that
different.
brings me to the homecoming
Right.
post
Yes,
that I did.
Yes.
Let's talk
Homecoming?
about that.
Oh, your homecoming.
Yes, my
Oh,
homecoming
now
post.
we're switching gears to the best
Switching gears
one.
to
Good job, Brooke.
to show
Need
it. This
to
is a
pull her off
perfect.
that.
This
That
is
was
a
the best
perfect.
segue.
Yeah,
Opposite
segue.
of ho.com. Brooke does not subscribe to ho.com.
No, and I'm coming from a male. I have 2 sons,
Right.
And I don't know what the homecoming dresses have come to these days. I feel really bad for the girls out there. It's a very hard place to shop now because reality of the way women are looked at right now is it's unfortunately these girls are looking at girls with lips, Botox, which
Ugh.
listen, I have
In
the
high school?
Botox
For real?
very young. So you're
Wow.
looking at the beautiful
Interesting.
Olivia Colpos of the world, right? Who are absolutely flawless on Instagram.
Yeah.
And that's what they think that is reality. Nails are done. The jawline is snatched. The eyebrows are done. Oh yeah. So this is what these girls. I don't know.
But they
you have a daughter.
jaw and all that when they were 16.
No, she's talking about what the 16-year-olds are seeing are the 20, 30-year-olds.
Look like, right? And
is perfection.
And what the buyers for these stores are buying is short, tiny dresses. So this is all they really have to choose from
Like,
when they're
I've never
out there.
seen these dresses. Like, where are they
They're
buying them?
very, very tiny. Where are they buying them?
Does Belk sell them?
Maybe. So I went and I did a homecoming post with two beautiful 15-year-olds, Elle Greer and Sophie Dumler. Shout out to my sweet girls who did this with me. And I wanted to find homecoming dresses that were appropriate, but also that they liked. So appropriate in the fact that if I am the mother of the son taking your daughter out, is there left a little bit to the imagination?
Yeah, really point. Good point.
And am I going to be, what the hell is she wearing?
Right.
You know? And what's he going to think when she shows up? That is a thought. I've told my boys, here's the deal. No, you're wearing Golden Goose right now, but
My
I
nails
have
are
told,
done. But
your
I
nails
agree
are
with
done.
you. I agree with
I've told
you.
my
I agree
boys,
with you.
if you see a 14-year-old or 15-year-old that you want to date, and she's got her nails done and she's wearing Golden Goose, you need to run the other way.
Oh my God. That's going to be my granddaughter.
Because what that shows is that is what there's to be expected, in my opinion, because I don't have girls. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I can't really speak because girls want this stuff because they see it online.
Right.
And there really is nowhere for them to shop. We went around to Monkeys and Boehm, and then I found a lot of dresses online that were appropriate.
Right. I thought they were cute. I thought that was really cute.
They were really
We'll
cute.
add this link to the show notes too, so
Okay.
y'all can look at this.
They're
this
really
link.
cute, and both of the girls, I sent every dress to both of them, and they approved. them.
Nice.
They liked it and they would
approved
wear it.
all of them, and they would wear it. And I did see a lot of homecoming pictures, and I thought the girls looked gorgeous. It wasn't as bad as last year, I have to say.
Good.
I thought if I saw 45 girls, maybe 2 or 3 looked a little inappropriate.
Sure.
And I look at the dads, and I'm
Yeah.
like, how did you let them out of
Out of the house.
Well,
You know?
I know you're coming from a parent point of view, but I'm going to come from the
Okay.
teenage boy point of view because
They like it.
I look at it, and we all know teenage boys. We've
Yeah.
dated them.
Yep.
We've not been them, but I can imagine what they're thinking, and they don't have to put their hand very far
No.
to get right to the juice.
No.
And I'm like, and the girl is all, if she's watching things like The Bachelor, I'm going to take one little full circle back that says we need to impress the guys.
No, if she's watching Jenny and Georgia, if she's watching Euphoria, if she's watching
any of this.
anything, which I haven't watched Euphoria, but everything out now, unfortunately, is about sex.
Right. And they're like, well, I've got, not only that, succumb
the
to
beach
just
show.
a tiny bit of peer pressure. Like, the guys don't have to work very hard.
No, they
and
don't.
you can't
And
blame
that's
them. They're just
Absolutely
hormonal.
not. Absolutely
bags of
not.
hormones.
Right. And that's why I'm trying to come from a mother's perspective of a son, of just being like, hey, let's let it down 1 inch. It's not that hard. And just, Lawton, like, how are you going to keep up with someone who gets their nails done who's 14
by
all
the
the
way,
time?
All the girls, I want you to know, because I've
They
hung
do.
out with a whole
You
bunch of
did.
12-year-olds
You
on
did.
Saturday night. Like,
So what do they like?
They all have their nails done.
I didn't get
know.
mine done until
They
prom,
all
y'all.
have their girl.
Didn't
I
get
didn't
it
get
done till
mine done till
prom.
last year almost. I mean, it was like I didn't get any of these things done.
No.
None of it.
And we
I
have to
didn't know what
accept this
Botox
new
was
reality.
until, like,
Right.
You have
And
to
that's
accept
what
this
we
new
need
reality,
to
you
discuss
know?
is like what is out there that they're seeing. And what
Right.
you did was try to shift it and make something else cool or popular that also made them feel good. And until we give them the power to do that amongst themselves and to give them tools to do it, they just have to dress that way because it's all that
So
it is.
It's all that
can
there
I
is.
flip
Agree.
it back one more time for these girls? If they're watching even the Golden Bachelor for a joke, for a laugh, they're still going, oh, I need to impress the guy.
Agree. Okay.
This is so 1940s and 1950s
or the girls.
stuff.
You need to impress the girls. Okay, so Liz, let me take this back to
When
college.
has it been the guys pressing the girls?
Well, so my mom.
Except in the natural kingdom of the animals always.
Well, the girl. So in college, I wanted a Kate Spade bag. I called my mom. I said, everyone has a Kate Spade bag. And I would like a Kate Spade bag. She said, the hell, you're getting a Kate Spade bag. She
love
was
your
like,
mom.
she was like, Aubrey Moore is selling them. She got some fake ones on Mulberry Street. I'll
job.
buy you one of those. And I was like, I don't want a fake one, And so she was like, sorry, Brooke, be different. and from that moment on, I've taken that and I've never bought a pair of Golden Goose because I want to just be different. I know they're probably the best things ever, but now that I've said that 100 times, I definitely can't buy them.
Right, exactly.
I can't.
Even if you wanted to.
You know, so
It's
I've
just
preached that
against
over
it.
and over, just be different. And so that's when I told Sophie and Elle, like, hey, y'all are both gorgeous. You're gonna look good if you wear long sleeves.
Yeah.
So my kind of thing is, if you want to cover up here, let it be short.
Right.
Yeah.
Or if you want to wear short, if you want to have long, show some skin up here. One or the other.
Right.
But I was wanting the Kate Spade bag not for a guy.
No. To impress the other girls.
Exactly.
For the girls.
Exactly.
Right? I wanted to be just like
and
them.
I think women do dress for ourselves.
Absolutely.
I've never dressed for a man in my life.
No.
Never.
No.
I mean, it's always, I look good. I look good.
And for yourself.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so when you can come to the reality of it took a long time as being a model for 14 since I was 14 to be secure with myself. And sometimes I'm not.
But doesn't that help,
a lot of times I'm not. You know, I became secure with myself when I got pregnant with Lawton. So that wasn't long ago, 13 years ago.
Right.
I went to my agency and I said, I'm going to lose weight when I lose weight.
Right.
It's going to be, I have a child now.
Right.
I'm not going to lose weight for you. I'm not going to do a certain thing just to look a certain way.
Sure.
It's going to naturally fall off, and I'm going to eat the damn malt balls. And I'm going to drink
talk
the
about
damn
that with
champagne.
Food Babe later.
Okay? You know, so, and I'm going to dress how, for me, it takes a long time for a girl to get secure with that. And you know what? I'll never forget going to Dancing with the Stars, and a lot of my friends had on outfits from the pool shop. And I had this amazing gold dress that I found from my friend Lauren Poston. It was $27 from Forever 21. And I felt like $1 million.
Yeah.
It was gorgeous silk gold. And I felt like $1 million.
I know you look like $1 million.
Yeah, well, they could tell it was Forever 21, but I sure didn't feel it that night.
Right.
And that was like the last party before COVID hit.
Right.
Right. So I felt like I went out with a bang, but and I was like, and they were like, I like your dress. I was like, oh, it's $28. You know,
$28. Well, Brooke, you do look good in a lot of things.
Well,
you are a model.
I don't know about. Well,
Just
I
good.
appreciate
I get that.
that.
I get a lot of time.
I appreciate that.
I do.
You're like,
But-
oh, it's okay.
It all
But
looks
I
good
also
on you.
think if someone told you and you found the right dress for you that fit your body and it was
Yes.
$36, it doesn't fucking matter.
Oh, no. I agree.
You know?
100% agree
Doesn't
with that.
matter.
Yeah.
And don't you get like when you do find a deal, you're like, you don't want to tell anybody.
Yeah.
And then when they say like,
I'm going to keep this to
I
myself.
like that, and
Yeah.
you're like, $36. You know, you want to tell them. But
Actually, I
anyway,
like to brag about that.
I do too.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
do too. But I also feel like these girls, it's the same type of thing. If you
Yeah.
found a dress and you had the confidence to wear a little bit longer and a little bit more covered up, you would be okay with everybody.
Exactly.
Nobody would care. You
No,
know?
and that's the thing. They go to
You
these dances.
start the trends.
They take the pictures, and no one is again.
They all look the
right,
same.
caring about it.
They look the same. I was going to go back to your modeling because I modeled too, and you said it took you a long time to get confidence.
Right.
Absolutely.
The modeling world taught me confidence, and this is why. Because when you're one of 300 people or more,
Right.
and you walk into a cattle call and they go, not you, not you, not you, not you. And you walk out of that cattle call like 8 times in a day, which you have done this.
yeah.
We've both done
Years
this.
and years in New York.
It's not gaining a thick skin. No, it's starting to realize they're not talking about Liz.
Right.
They're talking about the body that they see that's going to work for their product.
Yes.
And when I could separate,
Takes a long time to get
but I could do. Well, maybe it was because I modeled later, and then you did. I did not do it when I was really young, but I modeled later, and I went, oh, that's what made me better.
Right.
Because I was like, I get it, you know?
Yeah.
I'm more of a belt girl, right?
Right,
I'm
me
not
too.
a couture.
Right,
you know?
right.
So, or I'm more of a lazy girl sitter than I am.
I'm more of a Home Depot.
Home Depot.
Hey,
Yeah,
I said, listen,
told.
the only thing I will not do, I'll do anything. I just won't do a
me too.
costume.
It's
I won't do a costume.
Okay, there's your boundary.
That's my boundary. I won't do a costume.
You won't be a
cannot
furry?
throw-
You won't be a furry?
No,
Oh, Jesus.
you cannot throw that in on the last minute. I had somebody do that in New York. I did a whole catalog, and they're like, "So we've got this witch costume and a wig." I
I would
said,
have been all over that.
"No," because Jack found it. We were dating, and he found it, and then sent me an email because there was a text, and he was like, "Good morning, happy Halloween." I was like,
Oh, so
horrified
he saw
that
you.
he found me
So
in
you
the
did
witch
take it.
Oh, I did. And then I
Because
said,
you had to. Never again. Got it.
But I did, Liz.
But you get a confidence there.
You do.
That you go, oh, I'm in a business where my body and my face is a product. I'm choosing to be in this business.
Mm-hmm.
They're choosing whether or not they like the product I'm selling today. They don't. It's not about me. It's about the facade.
I think very few people could be like, they are 100% not liking who I am because of the way I look. Like,
until you're in your 30s,
shit?
I truly believe, and a mom.
Because that's when you started.
I was in my 30s. That's where you started. I learned that. I learned to say, they don't want me. That's when I hit my thing with Lawton, having Lawton. I said, they don't want me at this way. It is what it is. Then they want someone else. They want someone who's a brunette, or they want this, and it's not about me. But before, God, I was told
you were
so many things. Like, your arms are too long.
Yeah.
You need to get rid of the mole on your lip. You need a nose job. Like, that is awful to hear as a 17.
No kidding.
22. Like, that
this is why I wouldn't let Clary do it. I let her do it. I would let her model, but I said, when you do it, if you choose to do it similar to the way you do it, you're going to do it. I'm not going to be
but now Aubrey's doing it. So now Aubrey's coming in. Now Aubrey was my daughter. Like, how the world turns, right?
Isn't it?
So I did an ad with Aubrey, her granddaughter, for Goldie's, which is shout out to Goldie's in Charlotte. It's such a fun place to go. It's really, really fun. Great food, live music all day. And I worked with Liz's granddaughter, Aubrey.
That's so cool.
And so now she's going to be starting at how old?
12.
She's 12. She's just the perfect combination of all the genetic things that happen in all of our families. And she's worked out well. And so
she's worked out well.
She has worked out well.
She's not a child.
Babe.
She's not a child model. She's going to go right in and probably be but I'm not, again.
No, she's not, because she's so tall. She's like, doesn't fit the children's clothes. She's going to go, but I think she should be in Zara, like all the big kind of campaigns.
But again, that's going to be tricky. And if I need to go to bat for her, I will go to bat for her. But that's going to be my daughter's thing.
You would be the good one to take her on those.
Yeah. I would.
Things.
Be like, yeah.
And I saw that you're going to get back into it.
Hello? No.
You're not?
No. Where'd you see that?
I thought the pictures of black print, you were going to start doing it again.
Oh, no. That's for other stuff. No, I'm not modeling.
Darn.
I would. It'd be fun, but
why not?
you have to have you have to have gray hair. Remember?
Well, I don't think you have to, but I think they like it. But
I don't really come off as a 50-year-old or a 45-year-old. So I'm 69. So therefore, I can't
Yeah, you don't look like a normal 69-year-old.
I'm not marketable for my age group. I don't know. Maybe I am. I just need gray hair. Gray hair. Because I have a lot going on.
You're a little bitsy.
Really
There's this beautiful model
she's got a stage grandma.
Tara O'Hara, I think.
Oh, that's a cool name.
O'Hara.
I think that is her name. And she's a gorgeous gray hair model, but she's in her 50s. So her skin's fantastic.
Yes.
And that's what she gets. She makes
they make real money. No,
so I was like contemplating, should I go gray in my 50s?
Right.
But if I kind of have all right skin in my 50s and have gray hair, would I work a lot, You
would.
But then I have to have gray hair.
Your age
pays the bills.
It's kind of in.
Yeah.
How much are you working now? Like, how much do you travel? What's your deal?
I have not updated my book in a very long time, so it's really on me. Yeah,
it's on the cards.
Yeah,
explain what that is.
It's okay. So
y'all are the models. Help us understand.
When I was in New York, I had to carry around a huge book with all my pictures in it. It was like this big. So you have to take your heels to the castings, and it is a cattle call, and they say yes, no, yes, no. I was in South Africa, and you literally had to get in front of everybody in the room, all these gorgeous people in the room, and stand on a stage and do a turn and take off your clothes and have a bathing suit on and do a turn and then leave. It's very hard.
It's hard if you're really in your body. You have to be out of your body.
Yeah, you really have to be
out of my body for that stuff.
You do.
Anyway,
and so we had a book, but now it's on the internet. So you have pictures.
I would think they could just book you off of Instagram.
They do. So so Directions now has a influencers program because a lot of those girls are pretty short,
Yeah.
So they're on the shorter side, so they really can't fit the clothing, but they can do a JCPenney stuff, or like an ad for JCPenney or something like that.
So I see a ton. Now we're going modeling. I love this. So do you have to be tall still to do runway?
I think so.
Okay.
That's from what I hear. Like if someone asked me.
I've been to a couple local shows and I'm like, wow, these girls are not tall.
Then they're probably the influencers, right?
Okay.
So there's a couple in town who are mostly influencers who model, but they're little, they're petite, right? So it depends on if you put the petite clothing
and they've got
on
a
them.
walk too. These girls look good.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of confidence. I will say for the girls who are wearing the homecoming dresses, I did not have that confidence at that age.
Yeah.
And I appreciate and love the confidence in those girls to wear the short dresses and to wear the bikinis the way they do. I didn't have that, and I do have an appreciation for that. I mean, there really is. They do show off their bodies, and they do. I think
that's a healthy
something to be said,
aspect.
right? You know, agree, because I was covering myself up at that age, big time.
Well, you came in that generation. That was that time.
I mean, Banana Republic shirts
y'all
and
wore all
Santa Lily
those.
shoes.
Like Claire used to tell me, she goes, "Mom, these pants are so suction," and I'm like, "What? You know, they just fit
Suction?
me. Your stuff looks like you just got them out of a trash bin."
And now we're back to the baggy. Now we're back to the baggy, which I love. You know.
Yes.
So anyway, what were we saying?
We were talking about influencers and models.
So influencers. So a lot of them are.
You're an
short.
influencer.
I don't know.
I want to talk about that too.
Well, you are. I mean, you are. You've got.
I don't know about that, but
It's fine. You have to own it sometimes,
I don't
right?
like that word.
Well, but you do.
What do you consider?
Right now, you're
consider-
influencing young people about their prom dresses.
Well, okay. Well, I'll take that.
Yeah.
I have, so during COVID, I was working every week at Belk, or before COVID.
Okay.
I was working a lot. And then COVID happened and I stopped. And what I learned was I was on hold for 5 days a week and what anxiety that caused me.
Really?
So much anxiety of not knowing if I was working the next day, and I was on hold, and then I had a doctor's appointment
Did
for
they
my
pay you if you're on
son.
hold?
No.
See, I don't remember
So-
being on hold.
Belk would put you on hold for 5 days.
And they could do that.
And they could say, okay, on Monday, they say,
Because I was a Belk girl too, all the time.
Monday,
Yeah.
you're working tomorrow. And then you're like, well, I can't. Well, Wyatt
have a
has a
family,
stomach bug, and I can't let the whole set down. So I've got a whole set work depending on me. So, Jack, you're going to have to stay home. And then I'd be like, blah, blah, blah,
Right.
the anxiety it caused. So I'm at home, and I'm realizing, oh, my gosh, I'm able to relax. I don't know if I want to do much of this anymore.
Right.
I prefer the jobs where I lay on the couch.
Yeah, those are
Or
great.
lay on a
You
bed.
Get paid real
you get paid
money.
real well.
It's
Give
fabulous.
me the hedge. I'll do the hedges for Home
And
Depot.
all you have to show up, they go,
I love
just
it.
bring tan shoes, tan sweater,
Yeah.
tan pants, and maybe some tan looking lipstick.
Yeah.
You know.
Tan lipstick.
And I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
you don't look so good in
Vanilla.
ads,
You look
but
like a housewife that just, had a rough morning.
and they're hiring me because I look like everyone else, which
me
that's
too.
great.
You and I had that in common.
Hey, I'm great with that. Give me that.
It's hilarious.
And I don't want to do the 100 outfits, the up close,
Got
where
it.
I do look at my face and do look at the wrinkles and do criticize myself. Don't give me that anymore.
But before we
You
get off
know?
the mind, don't you think runway is the most fun thing
So
there's
much
ever
fun.
been in the world?
It's so much fun.
If you get a
It's a
chance
rush.
to be on a runway one time in your life,
talk to them.
you have to take advantage of it because it makes you feel
I'll be honest,
like
it will give you the
$1 million.
diarrhea before though.
It was not.
I would when I have peers in the audience,
Freak
I
out.
get
Oh, I used to love
very
it.
nervous. Neiman show's great because y'all were always in the audience. I'm
Yeah.
like, hey girl. When y'all are in the audience,
You did
I have
Ovens
a great
Auditorium.
time.
You did 2,000 people in the
probably
audience.
was in the bathroom before. Like I get
You should have
very
told me. I would have been
nervous.
helping you.
Well, thank you.
Way to be mentor. Liz is like,
But
I'm here.
now
I'm taking care of
I
Brooke. I don't
love
know where
to
she
watch
is.
people on the runway. I
I do
was
too.
very upset I wasn't invited to the Vestique show to watch Abby. I was like, I would have
We should have
loved to have watched
oh,
that.
man.
You know, like being
Yeah,
in the audience now
right.
is super fun for me.
Right.
I don't really want to do that anymore. But
Okay.
the ads for
Right.
Home Depot and stuff. So anyway, so I pivoted.
Depot does not
I
do a
hope they're
lot of
paying you for
runway.
every time you drop their name too.
I
Shit,
know.
this is
No.
good.
So
Hey,
I
look,
pivoted.
I
I,
wanna
was
do
like,
that.
how can I
Lazy boy.
focus
Lazy
on
boy.
these small
Yeah.
businesses in Charlotte? Because I know you, I know
Yes.
you,
Right.
I know Elizabeth at Twine and Twig, I know Erin McDermott, Erin McDermott,
Yeah, she's been on the
Boam,
podcast.
Monkeys, right? So
Right.
I love, and they're all basically owned by women.
Women.
And so I was like, I'm going to go and use the people that I know and the photographers, and I can
Yes.
model for them, right? I can help
She's
them.
our model. You're our model.
Yes,
Right.
I was doing that stuff, right? I was
Right.
modeling your pants. I would go to Scout and Molly's.
Yeah.
Let me help the small businesses that are not making money right now and
Mhm.
give them my time and do stories on them. So that's how it started. Is
Perfect.
I would talk to the camera, which I love doing, and
Very
talk about the
good.
business.
You're so good at it.
I love doing it, and I would like more opportunities to do things like
Okay.
this. So anyway, hire me. I'm just kidding. But enjoyed talking about the businesses. So that's how it got started. And then I've kind of thought, well, I can show some clothes. It's really fun to show.
Well, you're beautiful.
Like
you are a 44, almost 44-year-old,
next year,
gorgeous woman, and I think that and you relate. The beauty is that you relate to the people watching you. I mean, you do. You relate, and you're not aloof. Like you're very loving.
And I want to be me. I'm not going to, if let's say someone did send me something, which nobody's really sending me anything, but like if somebody said, hey, will you model this shirt? I would say, you know what? This is really not me. So unfortunately, I can't promote that on my page.
Perfect.
So when you get on my page, it is really what I do. It is really what I want to wear. It is really what I'm feeding my children in my house. I'm not going to ever, because I don't want to. I see that a lot. I'm like,
it's not authentic.
Is that girl really wearing
It's not authentic, and that's what I've always loved about you.
Well, the thing that you said that made so much impact on you was when your mom said be unique. So that's what I was going to ask you. I think that's hard in the influencer, whatever you want to call it, realm. That the whole point is to look like everybody else.
Right.
And so I love that your purpose is started from helping and supporting and showing off the small businesses, and you're being yourself. You're being unique.
Thank you. Well, I do love it. I mean, I grew up here, so there's also that aspect. If it's a Charlotte-owned business, please let me promote it. I grew up here. I love Charlotte. I've been here my whole life, minus college in New York.
Days.
Just like Goldie's. That was super fun to promote and talk about.
And I loved you being Aubrey's mother.
Clary
loved you being Aubrey's mother.
And having neighbors who are from Charlotte. It's a whole community here, and I don't know.
I love that. Can we circle back now? Because I think we're going, because I'm listening to what you're saying. And the thing about, y'all know now, Brooke, if you didn't know her before, you're very authentic and you're very yourself. And she's not going to just take a product and put it out just because. Can we circle back to The Bachelor for a minute?
Okay.
Because when we look at these women that maybe they would have been like, maybe you should take them shopping because they're comparing themselves to each other.
Right.
And that's where I disagree, because when you're older, really when you're any age, you should get a clue at some point. But when you're older, you shouldn't, no shouldn'ts. But I don't have a lot of respect, and I don't think anyone else has a lot of respect for people that want to compare themselves to other people.
Right.
Because it's obvious if you're not authentic, that's what you're doing.
Right.
So that's what I see on The Bachelor. And that's why I like to come and, have a great discussion and raise hell about it, because it's super fake. And what you're telling, and I love that we're having this discussion because you're like, well, I love to watch it, but you love to watch it for the same reason you've told me. It's entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you feel like at the end of the day, it's doing any damage to society?
Absolutely. I mean, you see the girls. Absolutely, Liz. I mean, you are fighting for one guy. Can you imagine? You remember? Oh my God! In third grade, Joseph Vegas asked me out, and then he asked out Lauren Carmichael, and we were both going out out with him. And then I was so jealous.
Yes.
And I was like, you gotta pick one. But then you're like, that one person is very hard.
Tricky.
So I can't imagine I would compare myself to each woman. It would be really tricky. So I do agree with that.
Yeah.
But back to the shopping, my mom did say, she was like, all my friends want you to take them shopping.
Yes.
And I would love to do that.
Idea.
And I think coming from someone else, I kind of want to do something like that. But I think if you hear it from someone else, like, hey, Lee, you don't need that $800 dress.
Yes.
Let's go shopping for something that you're going to look fantastic
in. Will you take Lee shopping, please?
Yes. Yes.
Is that why you had Brooke on the podcast? Yes. This has all been like a secret way.
I mean, it's about knowing your
actually, we are going today at 2 surprise. Just kidding. But to have someone else say, you look freaking phenomenal in that dress, and no one is going to have it.
We have a business plan. You're going to take a commission. This is what you're going to do. You're going to take or you can decide to do a fee, but if I were you, I'd take a commission.
Right. Well, I'm trying to think of ways to do it.
If you take a commission and you're going to cheap things, no, let's go with a flat fee. I'm coming up with your business plan.
Right.
Thank you. You can absolutely do this.
I would like to try. I'm not going to say, I don't want to take away from stylists.
Right.
I'm not a stylist.
But you know people. You relate to people.
I like the way, I also wanted to help with South Park Magazine with Whitley a little bit. I have to reach out. Hey, Whitley. Because I think watching a photo shoot and being the model to know how the legs should be and how certain things should be and how they should fit. Stylists know that more than I do. I'm a t-shirt and jeans girl, right?
Yeah.
Simple is best. Let's do some jewelry. And I've got a ton of jewelry friends who, I don't know, just you look fantastic without having to spend the money.
Absolutely. So it's like paying you to be their bestie.
No,
which I would love.
Truly.
But honestly,
I would love that.
That's her strength.
I mean,
you find your strength, you own it, and you get to have this great business.
I would love to do something like
All
that.
right,
We'll figure it out.
You're going to come up with a name.
Yeah, I got to pivot again.
Brooke's Best, whatever.
Yes. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, Brooke's Best. They're in.
That is cute.
Brooke's Best, and then I'll add some malt balls and bubbles every time you get together with me.
You'll get this every time in your little shopping
bag. Would you eat one right now?
No, I mean, no thanks.
Oh, no, thanks. No, thank you for the thank you.
No, thanks. Speaking of authentic, you can't get much faster.
No. But like I do.
You should see her on Halloween. She's going to go.
No, on Halloween I will go
She'll
strong
go.
on there.
Okay, good.
She'll go.
What are you going to be for Halloween? Is it a surprise?
Right now, witchy, but haven't quite got it
Well, in the
down.
studio, we're doing a Fonda Friday.
Oh, I'm doing
which
Jane.
y'all do every
Yeah,
day.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh my God, your video
Straight up
of you
Jane.
gyrating your hips. I was
So
laughing.
good. New version
There will
of
be
that.
more this
It
year.
was amazing.
There's
Did you hear her voice?
choreography.
Did you turn the sound up on that video?
Yes.
And
So
she's going,
good.
and one.
Yes.
And two.
And you were
And lift it
grooving with
higher.
I used to do
gonna
Jane
do-
Fonda at Myers Park High School. We had a aerobics class, and we did Jane Fonda every
Yes.
morning.
Yes. Well,
I
we're
loved
gonna,
it.
We're
Well,
going to do it at Hilliard
we
Studio
do
Method
have
this Friday.
to say that despite all of this that we've talked about,
tomorrow
do
work
work
out.
how often, Brooke, do you do Hilliard Studio Method?
I do Hilliard Studio Method 2 times a week.
Okay.
And let me show you.
I love
So
this.
let me pull this out. So I have been streaming for years now.
Yes.
I am on your website.
Yes, you are.
And on the streaming page. So I have been streaming for
model.
years.
Amazing.
Let me show you all this. So I keep up with every single class I've done. Okay,
Here,
let me
I'll
put this
hold
down. Okay. Can you see? No,
Oops,
you
there
hold
go.
this.
I'll hold this.
Okay, if you can see, you can scroll. I have every single class that I've done. So we're up to here. I'm
Wow.
still going. And once I finish all of them, which I have not, look, Liz,
That's a lot of classes you've streamed. My gosh.
look at all, look. I've streamed
Wow.
almost, let's see, where are we? Almost like 180 something
I have
classes.
no idea how many. Do
Because
you
you're
know how
up
many we
to
have?
300 and something. So
Yeah.
I've streamed. I write down which class I've done. So then I don't have to repeat it, right?
I love that.
Once I'm done with everything, I'll just do 310 and erase it.
That's great.
So then I'll go through
Okay.
and erase.
I love
so
that.
Then, and I just pick like, okay, what in Alexa, pick a number 1 through 200.
I see.
And then she'll pick a class and then I put it in or I erase it. If I've done it, you know.
So you like our streaming?
I love the stream.
I love that.
Boom.
I love the
Well,
streaming. And I can motivate myself. I have to say it's gotten worse the older I've gotten
Sure.
to motivate myself, but I can always motivate for Hilliard. And I'm being completely honest because
Oh,
you know
thank you.
I'm authentic on here.
Yes.
Okay. I can motivate because number one, I might get a shout out.
Yes, I know. Now that I know, you're always going to
number
be
two,
there.
I get to see my friends.
Yes.
Right?
And number three, well, number one is I love the workout.
Thank
How
you.
about that? That's
It's a good
number
one.
one. I have been doing Hilliard since you did it.
At
Gosh,
Park Road?
no, before that. You did a
At
class.
Cornwell Center?
No, off of Central. You did that first
Oh
class
my
off
gosh.
of Central.
Hey,
In the Lululemon
Yeah,
random
yeah, in the
store.
warehouse thing.
My
Yes.
gosh.
And then you went to Park Road, and I held a damn plank.
You did a
five
plank
and a half
contest.
minutes.
You did. I'm
to
recalling
win
this now. This
that
is the one
damn
you win.
Lululemon shirt.
And
Because
you
I
win- did you
couldn't
win
afford
it?
a Lululemon shirt. And I was like, I'm going to get
I'm
this
gonna hold
fucking
that
shirt.
fucking plank.
Oh, yeah. And I held it for 5.5 minutes. Don't know if I could do it now.
You could.
Yes, you
know,
could.
You
but-
absolutely could.
But give me something.
Yeah.
We might do that.
We might do
This
a
is
plank
fun.
off. That's a
I
great
think we should.
idea.
And
Yeah.
give a little prize
Give one of our-
away.
give
Maybe
one
we'll
of our
do it over
shirts
the,
or something.
over the holidays.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a
And-
great
because
idea.
it's a great
That's good.
motivation. And I literally, it was so much fun. So
I remember this now. I had forgotten that.
And then I was going to be a trainer. And at the point, I came over here, had a meeting, and then I was like, I think I'm going to get pregnant soon. And then and I did. And
And she
that
did.
ship,
Okay.
and my son Wyatt was born, and that was
ship
a handful.
sailed.
So that ship sailed. It is not sailed.
Wait a minute. She could be a trainer. Wait.
Maybe one
wait.
day.
She
I
could
will
be a
never say
trainer
never.
at Hilliard Studio Method.
I'm always
and-
begging.
Hey, well, this is a great idea.
problem
Come
is,
on, you already know how to do it.
You already know the routine.
but I don't know if I'm smart enough to do all the anatomy stuff.
You don't have to do.
Girl,
you
know-
got an arm, you got a leg. No,
You
I'm
know
kidding.
the difference
We do
is-
more than that.
The difference is I was worried about having to do back in the day, y'all used to do the entire workout.
Right.
Without taking a break. And I was worried about that. So the ship has not sailed
You can see now the way we've sort of evolved the workout.
Yes.
The trainers are, well, if you're going to teach multiple classes a day, you cannot do the workout.
Right.
So we know how to talk it through. You could do it in a heartbeat.
I honestly
you
would
could do it in a heartbeat.
I love to be a little bossy.
Stay tuned because
And
Brooke Hall is going to be on the floor.
I have learned to never say never. That is a new quote that I have with my life.
Good one.
Never say never. I said
I got you two business plans right here.
I'm excited. I think
this is great.
I'm like, I got to go get the contract. Hold on.
Yeah, exactly.
I really would like to boss some people around.
Yes.
Like, girl, Kelly Chambers, get in your plank a little bit longer. Okay.
Kelly, I hope you're
I know,
listening.
Kelly.
That is
I'm going to make her.
amazing.
Yeah, she and Amy Walker, they're right there
That's
together.
so good.
Oh, yeah.
I know everybody in there.
Yes.
And I think it would be a fun, thing to do.
Oh my gosh.
So we'll see.
You don't have to ask
Don't
me
count
twice.
me out yet.
No, don't you
No,
even think
girl.
about it.
Don't ever count me out. So be unique. Never say never.
Unique.
Don't count me
Never
out.
say never.
I want to know, do
Yeah.
you know who between you and your dad won the most 6-packs?
Probably me. I think it might have been even.
Wow.
I mean, my dad was a
I'm gonna
very
give
good.
Scoochie a shout out.
The thing with my dad, I never knew any of their names. He knew
Everybody's name. See, that's what I would.
everybody's name.
Wow.
He'd be like, Nicole.
Does your mom watch it?
No, she would read in the bed and let him
Yeah,
watch.
yeah,
But he'd be like, Nicole and Stacy, I think they're going to be down this time. They're going to be the ones. I'm like, who? Like, how
That's
do you know
amazing.
their names?
That's hilarious.
Okay, right here, right now.
Yes.
Even if you have to describe her or
Yes.
whatever, can you name who do you think Jerry is going to pick on the Golden
Oh,
Bachelor
that's
I
a
know
good
it
one.
is.
for a 6-pack?
I know it is.
You do?
It's a little short one that needs to gain some weight.
Okay.
Teresa?
Yeah.
Teresa with the brown hair that goes in front of her ears.
The diner
That
date.
got into the convertible the other night.
After she did her
She
hair.
had her hair all done by Jason, by Jenner girl.
God, it's Kris Jenner. It's Kris Jenner.
And
Does
just
the
like
meatballs. She's going to be
thought
gone.
she was going to die on the highway. So did the Bachelor.
And he was like, there are no lights in the front. That's why I like them. And then my favorite was, she was like, oh, girl, I can't get on the top bunk. I had my knees replaced. I'm like, oh, I love it.
Anyway, she's going to win.
I love it.
And then
Okay,
the
so
other girl
you're-
that went home because her daughter's having a baby or
Okay,
something.
It's going to be
She's
the
Okay.
next. Okay, so
Gosh,
you're
I can't
voting
I got a
remember.
6-pack on
Teresa.
that.
I
got a bottle of
okay,
champagne
that's
on
better.
that.
Let's not. You drink
bottle of
beer, though. I
champagne.
heard you say on the podcast you drink beer.
I had one Saturday night with my 12-year-old. She didn't drink one.
Okay,
It's her
well,
birthday.
good.
with your 12-year-old.
I like a good BLL every now and then.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
me
like lime.
too.
I you know.
I've never had that.
Oh, it's so good.
Sounds like a
Okay,
beach
I
beer.
don't know. I'm gonna kind of go with you.
Okay,
I have to say.
Okay.
Give me a minute. Let me come back on this
Okay.
because again, I don't
Okay.
remember
We'll follow
everybody's
up.
names.
Sure.
And then we got to get into it a little bit.
We need a few more
Because-
episodes.
Well, we need to watch
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm trying.
No,
I'm
you're
trying.
gonna have to because
I
we're gonna have to
literally-
come back
Yeah.
and do this.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna pop in for a quick
You're not gonna
second,
become
and
the
then
Bachelor
I know y'all don't have more
podcast.
people on, and y'all won't have me on again. But like, I'll pop in when
Do a
y'all are
pop
doing
in.
this on a
We will
Monday
do
at
it.
12:30.
Yes.
And I will bring your gift if you win, and I will accept my
Okay,
gift if
okay.
you win.
All right, deal.
If I win.
Deal.
Okay,
Deal.
Deal. Okay.
You heard it here.
All right, you heard it here first, folks. Well,
Brooke,
I think
we
we're
love
landing Miss
you.
Blaine. Are we landing?
Yes. This has
Thank
been
you.
so
That's
much
really
fun.
fun. By
It's
the way, I
been-
don't like to fly if we're landing a plane.
Yeah.
That's my scariest
All
part.
right, we're pulling the bus into the station.
Perfect. I like
Okay,
that.
right.
Yeah. Sliding
So
right in.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Fun.
This
Thank
was a
y'all for having
blast.
me.
So much
You kind of
fun.
had to have me after you mentioned me 3
I
times
know.
last
It
time.
was
So
like,
it's kind of like
let's
I saw them. I was like, so I hear I'm going to be on the podcast. My friend
Gotta
Megan
do it.
texted me.
Plus, and looking out for
Hilarious.
Brooke's new businesses, her first and foremost being a Hilliard Studio Method
Yes.
trainer.
Yeah,
And
maybe.
the other one will be bringing Brooke your best.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Be your best with Brooke.
Be your best with Brooke.
I mean, like, if y'all were watching this and you would like to do that,
Yeah.
I need some incentive,
Yeah,
right?
We've got a thing called a speak pipe that you can literally leave us messages on the podcast. If you're interested, do that.
Yeah.
Plus, we'll leave
Everything's
Brooke's,
in the show notes.
information in
You
the
can
show
find her.
notes. We'll have the link to the whole prom thing, and
Yeah, okay, cool.
you'll get to see it all. So,
All right, thanks for the
That was
promo,
fun.
guys.
Yay.
Appreciate it. Love y'all.
Love
Mwah,
you.
mwah,
Bye.
mwah. Bye.
Thanks for listening to us today, wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, you can now find our podcast on YouTube.
Yeah. If you liked it, please share, rate, and review. We love 5 stars. And we hope you'll work out with us online or in studio at HilliardStudioMethod.com.